Earlier this year, the country received its first consignment of the AstraZeneca vaccines, which were administered to persons who are considered as frontline workers in the COVID-19 fight, aged persons, those with underlying health conditions, among others. Some health workers who took their first doses months ago are yet to receive their second jabs. This has become a worry to the leadership of the nurses and midwives, expressing their worry over the likely implications that will come from the delay in taking the second jabs after several months of taking the first. The leadership of the association says it wants government to see to it that they are attended to as early as possible. Ashanti Regional Chairman of the association said this at the Nurses and Midwives Week celebrations in Kumasi, where he called on the government to prioritize the health of nurses and midwives.
Nurses are at the forefront of these things. That's why it is so important that we vaccinate the nurses. The number of nurses getting infected, and strangely and not so surprisingly, the nurses are succumbing to it. Just last week, we lost a pregnant lady to COVID-19, who is a nurse, who is part of the team fighting the pandemic. And therefore, it is important that every nurse or midwife in Ghana gets vaccinated. The key thing we even want to emphasize is those of us who took the AstraZeneca vaccine, which is supposed to be repeated, which is not coming.
Reacting to the concerns, the Ashanti Regional Health Directorate assured that the new consignment of the AstraZeneca vaccines the country has received will be administered to health workers who are yet to take their second jabs. He added that it has been less than 6 months since the first doses were administered, and as such, there is no cause for alarm.
I think their major concern was that most of them have taken the AstraZeneca for the first dose, but they've not received the second dose. It was a concern, but fortunately we have received a new consignment of AstraZeneca vaccine, which is purposely for those who took the first one but couldn't get the second dose. So we are going to administer it. So the assurance we can give them is that for anybody who took AstraZeneca first dose will get the second dose. The consignment has arrived in the country, and for that reason we are working on it to make sure that we deploy it. So all the health workers who took the first dose will get the second dose.
The association wants government to ensure that the nurses who are at the forefront of the COVID-19 fight are protected, so that in turn they can also save as many lives as possible. For City News, I am Fati Amini Ibrahim, Kumasi.